Hey Maroons, this is Mr. Kaufman. I'm here to read a book to all of you during our time off from this crazy time that we're going through. The book I've got is The Hard Hat for Kids. It's written by Jon Gordon, one of my favorite authors. It's a story about 10 ways to be a great teammate. I'm going to add some things to that bottom part though. It's also a story about 10 ways to be a great student, a great son, a great daughter, even a great granddaughter or a great grandson. Again, one of my favorite books, and it's about basketball, one of the things I really like to do in my life. The Hard Hat for Kids. Let's get to the first page here. Michaela loved three things in her life: dogs, triple chocolate ice cream cones, and basketball. Her grandfather was a coach, and Michaela started playing basketball before she could even walk. That's kind of like how it was for me. My dad was a coach too, and I loved basketball growing up, and I still really enjoy basketball. Michaela, whom everyone called Mickey, played basketball all the time. She even begged her dad to put a light over the garage so she could play at night. I did the same thing. When I was in 8th grade, I asked my parents to put lights out on my basketball court so I could play any time of the day. Mickey dreamed of the day 5th grade would begin and she could play basketball for her school team. I always told my team to dream about winning the state championship, and believe it or not, we did. When the first day of 5th grade started, Mickey was ready. Well, she was ready for basketball at least. The first day of school seemed to drag on forever. Finally, Principal Rhodes' voice blared over the speaker. All 5th graders interested in playing basketball, please report to the gym at dismissal. Mickey was out of the door in a flash and halfway to the gym before Mr. Rhodes could finish his announcement. Welcome to Cahuga Basketball, said Coach Viola with a smile. We kick off every season with a Hard Hat Award. Mickey was instantly excited. She had been practicing every day and was ready for the chance to compete and win. This challenge is about being a great teammate. It will take place over the next week. After our first game, the winner will be awarded this big red hard hat. The kids looked at him excitedly, but they were a little puzzled. Coach Viola chuckled. I bet you're wondering why the prize is a hard hat. Well, a hard hat is usually worn by construction workers when they build tall buildings, bridges, and towers. Construction workers are known for working hard and working together to build something great. When I played lacrosse in college, my good friend George won our team's Hard Hat Award. He was the best teammate ever. To carry on this tradition, I will give the hard hat to the player who has been the best teammate throughout the next week. Mickey was mesmerized by Coach Viola's story, and she decided then and there that she wanted to win the hard hat. Mickey knew she was the best basketball player on the team. She looked around and wondered if there was anyone who could give her some competition. Her eyes fell on Jax, and she smiled at him. He was the nicest kid at school and a pretty good player, but he couldn't make a basketball basket or even get close to the rim. During practice that week, Mickey dribbled circles around everybody and made all of her shots. The day before their first game, Jack said to Mickey, "You're a sharp shooter, Mickey. I hope I can learn to shoot like you one day." Mickey was confident that the hard hat would be all hers. The next day, Mickey couldn't stop thinking about the game or the hard hat. Finally, it was time for the starting players to take the court. The referee blew the whistle, and Mickey's teammate Joe jumped and tipped the ball to her. She made a quick spin move, dribbled to the basket, and scored. Mickey was a scoring machine. She already had 10 points when Coach Viola took her out. Mickey missed Jax's high five because she was too busy stomping over to the coach to complain. "Coach, why did you take me out? I scored more points than anyone." "You were great out there, Mickey. Now it's time to be a great teammate from the bench," said Coach. "How are you supposed to be a great teammate if you're not even in the game?" she mumbled to herself. Nice game today, and it was a great first week of practice. Now we have an award to give out, said Coach Viola. As he reached for the big, red, shiny hard hat, Mickey held her breath. After a lot of thought, I'm excited to announce that the Hard Hat Award goes to Jax. Congratulations on winning the Hard Hat Award and for being such a great teammate. There he is with the hard hat. It's awesome stuff right there. As Mickey and her grandfather walked across the gym, her grandfather said, "Great game, Mickey. Why the sad face?" "Pops, I was the best player on the team, and I scored the most points. But I still didn't win the Hard Hat Award." "Well, Mickey, there's a difference between being the best player and being the best teammate," said her grandfather. "There is?" asked Mickey. "It sure is a mystery to me." "Solving a mystery always begins with some good old-fashioned detective work and gathering clues," said her grandfather. "Why don't you start by watching Jax? Watch what he does at practice and during games. Even watch him when he's on the bench." "Here you go. Every good detective needs a notebook for gathering clues," said her grandfather with a smile. "Thanks, Pop." From that day on, Mickey imagined she was a detective. She watched Jax and searched for clues in the gym, on the court, during water breaks, on the bench, and even after practice. She put all the clues in her notebook. After a week of detective work, she couldn't wait to share the clues with her grandfather that night at dinner. Mickey opened her notebook to show her Pops her detective work. "I needed a way to make sense of all of these clues, so for each one, I wrote a word or phrase to describe what Jax did. For example, he was always in the gym early to practice his shooting, so I used the words work hard and effort." There you go. Work hard and effort. Two very, very important things. It doesn't matter who you are or how good you are, all of us can always work hard and all of us can always give a great effort. Even when our team was losing, Jax would still cheer on and shout positive words that made us work harder and play better. So I use the words believe and encourage. Again, two very important skills for all of us, whether you're young, old, student, teacher, parent, whatever. Always believe in yourself and believe in others and always encourage others to give their best. When Jax was on the bench, he watched his teammates play and always tried to motivate us. He made us believe we could win. So I use the words motivate and optimism. Two very important words as well. When I was coaching, it was really neat. All the players on the bench would always cheer on their teammates, and when they came out of the game, they'd give them high fives and cheer them on and tell them great job. And always encourage them and motivate and always be optimistic. After every game, Jax would shake the referee's hand and say thank you. He also thanked Coach Viola after every game and practiced and always stayed after to help clean up the locker room. So I use the word respect. Again, a very important word no matter who you are. Whether you're playing a sport, whether you're a student, whether you're at home, whether you're at school, to always respect others and all of your surroundings. He huddled us up before every game and always shared positive energy. He never walked by a teammate without a smile and a high five, and he was the first to jump off the bench with excitement when one of his teammates did something great on the court. So I use the word energy and enthusiasm. Again, two of my very, very favorite words is having a lot of energy and having a lot of enthusiasm. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. So remember that. Be enthusiastic about whatever you're doing, whether you're working on your math work, whether you're playing a sport, or even if you're taking out the garbage at home. Be enthusiastic about it. We've got a new member of the book reading club here. Our little dog, Allie, came to join us. She can be a great teammate too. If you were having a bad practice or not playing well, Jax always said something helpful that made you feel better. He wasn't the best player, but he made everyone around him better. He is a great friend, so I wrote the word friend. Again, we can all be friends to anyone, no matter who they are. Remember, everyone needs to have a friend, so do your part to be a friend to all that you meet. "Wow, you've done a lot of work here, Mickey. So what do you make of it all?" asked her grandfather. "Well, I felt all these words were the key to solving the mystery. When I put them in the right order, the answer was right there in front of me. Work hard. Effort. Let's start over. Work hard plus effort plus believe in your teammates plus encourage plus friend plus optimism, plus respect, plus energy, plus motivate, plus enthusiasm equals question mark. So you see that she circled all the letters in that. I circled the first letter of each word, and I was able to crack the code. All of Jack's teammates' skills spelled out "we" before me. That's interesting. I wonder what that means. You see, Pops, Jax always puts the team first, and now that feeling is starting to spread, said Mickey excitedly. What do you mean? Her grandfather asked. Well, Jax once told me he wants to be able to shoot like me. Before, I only focused on being better than him. But now I want him to be the best he can be. He's shown us that we're all better when we put the team before ourselves. Well, my little detective, I think you've discovered the keys to being a great teammate, Mickey's grandfather said with a smile. From that day forward, Mickey and Jax met every day to practice their shooting. Mickey taught him all the shooting tips she had learned from her grandfather. One day after cleaning up the locker room, they walked home together. I can't believe the championship game is tomorrow, said Jax. Coach says we have a good shot at beating the Lions. With your new shooting skills, the Lions have no chance, said Mickey as she smiled and headed home. The next day, the whole school came to watch Cayuga play in the championship. As time ticked away, Cayuga was still down by a point when Coach Viola called the timeout. We have time for one last play. Let's go with Big Red, the play where Ezra passes the ball to Mickey for the shot. Mickey had waited for this moment her whole life. It was her chance to make the winning shot in a championship game. She looked over at Jax and suddenly had a different idea. Coach, I have 2 players on me, and I don't think I'll be able to get a shot off. What if I fake the shot and pass it to Jax? She asked hopefully. Coach Viola looked surprisingly, then smiled. Great idea, Mickey. Jax, get ready. The whistle blew, and Ezra passed the ball to Mickey, who instantly had 2 players on her. She quickly faked the shot, causing the defenders to jump in the air. She then delivered a perfect bounce pass between them to Jax, who was ready and waiting. Jax caught the ball. He looked at Mickey. She nodded. The gym was silent. Jax bent his legs, just like he and Mickey had practiced, and then jumped and released the ball towards the basket. Time seemed to stand still. All the eyes followed the ball through the air. Swish! The buzzer sounded. The whole gym erupted with cheers. Cayuga Elementary had won the championship. After the game, Coach Viola called the team to the locker room one last time. I'm so proud of all of you for making this such a great season. You really came together as a team and showed what the hard hat is all about. And congrats to our hard hat winner, Jax, for a fearless winning basket. Jax then stood up and said, thank you, Coach, but there's someone who deserves the hard hat more than me. Jax walked over to Mickey and put the hard hat on her head. You helped me become a better shooter. You passed me the ball. You encouraged me. You are not only a great player, but you are also a great teammate, and you deserve the hard hat. The team cheered and clapped as Mickey smiled. Again, the we before the me. That means we are more concerned about all of us rather than just ourselves. We want everyone to be great and do their best in all that we do. In that moment, Mickey realized that the hard hat itself wasn't important. Being a great teammate and making your team better was what mattered most. She discovered that being a great teammate means that sometimes you are the star, and other times you help your teammates become the star. When Coach Viola went into the locker room the next day, he found the hard hat sitting in its place on the shelf and a message taped over it. Dear Coach, we decided to leave the hard hat here for the next team, along with the 10 important ways to be a great teammate. Just as your teammate George inspired you, we want to inspire people as well. Thanks for everything, Coach. Mickey and Jax. We before me. Again, 10 important ways to be a great teammate. And remember, we're not just talking about being a teammate. We're also talking about being a great student and a great son, a great daughter, no matter what you're doing. We're going to try to work hard all the time, no matter what we're doing, whether we like it or not. Some people don't like math. Some people don't like spelling. We're still going to try to give our best and work hard and give a great effort all the time. Believe in yourself and believe in others. Encourage others and help others to be successful. Be a friend to everyone, no matter who it is, whether you know them or not. Everyone needs a friend. Optimism. Believing in yourself and being optimistic means you believe about those people that are around you. Respecting everyone, whether they're your friend or not, and even respecting your school and your home. And having lots of energy. And then being willing to motivate others by saying positive things and supporting them, even when things don't go their way, reminding them that they can still do great things. And then enthusiasm, one of my favorite words of all. Being enthusiastic about whatever you're doing, whether it's something you like to do or not, you should always be enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is not like a light switch where you can turn it on and off. Enthusiasm is something you have all the time. And that is the end of The Hard Hat for Kids. Again, by Jon Gordon, one of my favorite authors. You can look him up. He's got lots of other good books for kids. It's a story about 10 ways to be a great teammate. Hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, and getting work done as much as you can in regards to your schoolwork. Stay safe, and have a great day, Maroons.